Hi all, it is the Tippler3848 here and welcome to my first ever Q&A. Now, as part of this giveaway, which is happening today, Black Ops 3 on Xbox One, seemingly I've got up to 250 subs. So brilliant, thanks very much for that. Yeah, I'm a bit speechless in regards to that, and when I started way back when, you never know if anyone's actually going to take an interest. Even if you're just here for the giveaway, I really hope you have a look around my channel, find something that you enjoy, and do stick around. However, shall we get on with it? I think we should just get on with it. So this is going to be my 250 sub, not giveaway, but Q&A. And I've got all of your comments down here preloaded, and this is the way we're going to do this. The idea that I've got, because drawing things out of a hat is messy. I've got dice here. I've got a Monopoly board here, the Nintendo Monopoly. What's going to happen is, from how I can see your statements or your questions, from the top to the bottom, they're going to be numbered. Top is obviously going to be 2 because I've got 2 dice, so you can't get 1. And then I think there's 10 questions, so that's going to be 2 to 11. So if you want to quickly listen out for your number, I'll read out the name and the number. So this is from how it appears on my page that I'm currently looking at. We've got the Bearcat, who's going to be 2, Cryptic Paradox, who's going to be 3, got That Scrub 43, who's going to be 4, we have Hayden Metzig, which is going to be 5, we have GLHF22, who's going to be 6, Phil Hull, who's going to be 7, we have Ivan Fab, who's going to be 8, Joslad, who is going to be 9, Viddy HD, who's going to be 10, and finally we have Angel Batista. Possibly Angel, possibly Angel. Who knows? But you're 11. So remember your number and let's get on with it. And the way that we're going to do this, I'm going to shoot my face with the webcam. I'm going to shoot the dice with the camera on my phone. And I'll put it all in the edit and it'll all look really clean and well done, I am pretty sure. So I'm going to start my camera going on here. So as if by magic, you will now be able to see my little Monopoly board, Nintendo Monopoly. Thank you to my brother who got that for Christmas. Question number 1. And the winner of the Black Ops on Xbox is going to be number 3. And second die says 6, so that's 9. 9 is Joslad. So congratulations to Joslad. I hope you're all say the same to him as well on my behalf. So Xbox One Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is going to be on its way to you. I'll make contact with you, or if you could make contact with me via Twitter, I'll take your details and I'll get that sent out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the questions. So Joslad's question is first: why did I start YouTube? I covered this very briefly in another of my videos on Sim Sunday when I was doing that. But it's always something that I've been interested in doing. I started watching YouTubers in about 2005, 2006, you know, the sort of period where gaming YouTube channels and things started really growing. And it's always something that really interested me because I love gaming, so that's a very easy in for me. And really that was kind of it. That's where it started from. I saw it, I wanted to do it, but I didn't always have kind of the money, because it does take a little bit of money to get all of this started up, to get your snowball, to get your webcam, to get your laptop or your PC that is good enough level to capture and edit and everything. So I was involved in an accident outside my house where a car mounted the pavement, and I was on the pavement along with my girlfriend and our dog. Thankfully the dog was unharmed. My girlfriend and I got hit by the car, and there was a payment from that. So that enabled me, that gave me the startup money, if you will, and here I am. So that is the reason that I started YouTube. And, you know, a sort of accident like that, if you can call it that, a situation like that in your life does start to make you think, well, we haven't got like a massive amount of time on this big rock, have we? So if you feel like doing something, as long as it's, you know, without harming anyone, and I don't want to condone anything like that, but just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? So yeah, thanks very much for that, and congratulations on Black Ops. I hope you're very happy with that. Thing number 5. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is Hayden Metzig with 2 questions, which is why the penguin hat and what is my dream job? To be honest, my dream job at this point in time, I mean, it's obviously changed throughout my life. It would be doing this for a living, because I love gaming, I love thinking that I can entertain people, and I love the community and the feedback that you get from it as well. I've made some quite good friends, if you can call them that, but you know, in the community there are a lot of good people, and a lot of people I want to get to know more. But the penguin hat, I'm just obsessed with penguins. I think we got another question about that, so I'll explain a bit more then. But yeah, it's my dream job. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. That didn't quite pan out. Turns out I'm not that clever. But yeah, if I could have a dream job at this point, obviously when I was really, really little, I wanted to be a professional footballer for Arsenal. Then it changed to doctor when you got a little bit older. That didn't come into fruition. I was going to be something like a lab worker when I went to university. That didn't quite work out, and then here I am now. This would be my dream job, working from home, setting my own kind of schedule, and making a real go of this. That would be excellent. So, and you guys are helping me in the first steps to making that reality. So thank you very much. I'm going to go next to the bear cat, because he is the person who also asked me about penguins. So first of all, thank you for saying I have an interesting voice. Weirdly, when I was growing up, I'm from Wales, or I grew up in Wales. I was born in England, grew up in Wales. My sort of friends who all have very strong Welsh accents now, they always sort of, apparently, I didn't know this, I found out like a year or so ago, that they all talked behind my back a little bit about my accent, because it doesn't sound strong Welsh as you'd kind of imagine from my upbringing. And they all used to say that I just had my own accent. It didn't really sound like anything. I have little twinges of Welsh accent on certain words that I can't iron out, but I don't mind that, because I love my upbringing and where I came from. So yeah, so thanks very much for saying that. Why the penguin for my mascot or logo? So no need to apologise. Every question's valid, as I say, and I really want to get through as many as I can. When I was a kid, again, I just got obsessed with penguins, and I guess the main reason why is they're fascinating creatures. They don't behave like any other bird. They're classified as birds, but they swim. They don't fly, they have flippers. They don't have sort of wings as you would imagine a natural bird to have, and that just really baffled me as a kid. And they're kind of cute as well, especially when they're little and grey and they're all fluffy. But yeah, and the whole thing just sort of grew from there. That was the initial bit, and then you sort of start watching programs because you're taking an interest, and then you find out the whole thing about the huddle and the togetherness of them. And in the really harsh winter, the fathers look after the children, and they all sort of alternate between being in the centre of the huddle where it's really, really warm, and on the outside, which is the harshest weather. And that's just lovely, isn't it? If we could all be a bit more like an emperor penguin, I think the world would be a better place, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you for your question, Mr. Bear Cat. I watched a couple of your videos, and you've got a very cute cat called Chimney, and that's really cool. Cryptic Paradox has asked me a ridiculous question, because it's kind of impossible to answer, but let's give it a go. What is my favourite game of all time? Now, to put this into perspective, the first console I had was a Sega Master System. The first computer I had was an Amstrad, way back when. I had a football management game for it, and it, you know how Football Manager is now, they were just tiny little stick men with a ball that just moved into, and the players never moved. There was always like 11 players over here and 11 players over here, but the ball somehow still went in the net. Don't ask me how. So that is where I kind of started from. So obviously you've got so many obvious choices. You've got your Marios, your Sonics. Back in the day, 2D side scrollers, you couldn't get any better. You got Streets of Rage, you got Double Dragon, fantastic games. I guess at each individual point I've had a different favourite game, and it's having a favourite game, it can be changed by so many things. It could be changed by the person that you play with. Because me and my brother, growing up, we used to play computer games together all the friggin' time. And we still do now. We're very sad people. Actually, we're not sad at all. We're gamers. And gamers unite. But Battletoads would come into it for that. He was always Pimple, I was always Rash, and that was the Battletoads on the SNES, Battletoads in Battle Maniacs, which I'd love to bring to my channel at some point because I love that game. And so, because I had a good time playing that computer game with my brother, that would be one of my favourite games of all time. But then you've got things like Super Adventure Island, which is a one-player game again on the SNES, and it's got so many individual things that you wouldn't have thought a game would have back then. Like, you would have a life bar, but you have pieces of fruit throughout the levels, and you have to eat them to stay alive, otherwise your energy is constantly depleting. Which is another brilliant concept. The graphics, obviously, compared to today, are just crap. But it's all part of what makes you you, kind of thing. And another reason I'd say something like Sonic, or even something like Home Alone, Lost in New York on the SNES again, is it's all in my childhood kind of thing, because my mother, God bless her, she bought that for Christmas, but what she used to do is play the games before Christmas and complete them before we've even got them, which is wily. That is really, really wily. But for Sonic on the Mega Drive, she bought my sister a Mega Drive one year, and my sister barely played it, I nicked it. And she, before Christmas, because she liked to play it, she hooked it up behind the TV, and then she would place it behind the TV so we couldn't see it. Well, I found it. So I started waking up at like 5 in the morning and started playing games, and then when I could hear people getting up at 7, I put it back as if it wasn't me, sort of thing. And so that, again, that it's just all good memories. Good memories are bred from good computer games, so Sonic is one of them for that reason. Another one, I'd say Home Alone, because why would I say that? Because again, yeah, I say my mother completed the games before she gave them to us. Home Alone was one of these games, and the first boss you had to kill in a certain way. I won't tell you which in case you ever want to get a Retron 5 or a SNES and play the game, but you have to kill them in a certain way. And because she had completed it and we were completely baffled for ages on how you actually kill, it was a chef that used to jump around the screen, and he was an annoying little bastard. She used to shut us out of the room when we needed help so we could progress on the game. We'd ask her for help. She would make us leave the room. She would complete the boss until we worked it out on our own. If that's not good parenting, I don't know what is. So that has to be up there just for that memory. And finally, playing computer games with my brother, you've got GoldenEye, you've got Battletoads, you've got, oh, what else have we played? Resistance Fall of Man was a fantastic game for co-op as well. Sniper Elite on the PS2, I think it was the original. That was a lot of fun on the co-op missions. So it's all of that. And at the minute, obviously, it's sort of I love Destiny. I do. I know a lot of people have got a problem with it, but I don't care. I enjoy playing it, and therefore don't hate on me. But yeah, a ridiculous question, but I hope that I've tried in a convoluted way to kind of answer it a little bit. It's impossible to pin it down to one, but that is going to be my answer. So I hope that helps you in some sort of way. We've got That's Grub 43 asking what map of Black Ops do I like the most. Black Ops 3, this is, he's talking about, oh, just running through them in my head. Aquarium is my favourite. Black Ops really wants me to play Combine 24/7. I'm going to go with Aquarium. So we've done Hayden. We're going to go for GLHF22. Who or what is my biggest inspiration? Another really tough question. But I'd have to say my dad, because he was a great man for me, and it's kind of stupid, a stupid thing, or a stupid way of saying it, but he brought me up well. Really, my parents are my inspiration, but my dad especially, and sadly he did pass away quite a while ago now, and I've missed him ever since, but he would have to be my biggest inspiration. He lived his life without hampering anybody else's life, and that is the kind of mantra that I bring to my own life. So I hope that's answered that question. And I know it's kind of boring, you know, plumping for the parents, but I'm sorry, I'm a boring kind of guy, really. Phil Holt asked, have I ever played Black Ops Zombies, and what's my favourite map on there? I quite like what they've brought to the new one, and to go completely outside of the box, my favourite thing was actually Extinction, the Alien version that they did in one of the Black Ops, I think it was. It might even have been one of the Activision titles, but I really liked the Extinction one. So Ivan Fab's asking, which is my favourite Black Ops game? It's hard to say because I haven't been through the campaign on Black Ops 3 just yet, but I really like Black Ops 1 because I think it came at a time where people were maybe getting a bit fed up of the whole World War II thing, and then they bring out Black Ops. So I think number 1. So that's my answer. Viddy HD, you should really go out and check Viddy's channel if you like FIFA especially, and Black Ops. He's a really cool YouTuber. He's asked, what other YouTubers do I enjoy? Well, obviously Viddy, I'm subscribed to your good self, I enjoy you. So what I'm going to do here is sort of name a couple of the small YouTubers that maybe don't get the limelight of the big ones, but then I'll kind of name the big ones that I also watch as well. So Viddy HD is a really good, cool guy. Jimmy Pop, who won my last giveaway, he's a really good YouTuber as well. He makes a lot of good FIFA videos again. Larger YouTubers, the first YouTuber that I ever properly sort of got into, looked out for every single video that they did, was a guy from America called Chilled Chaos. He's a really funny guy, someone that I really do look up to in the YouTube sort of world. And I actually got into him when he was just on his own, and he was doing some really random games like, oh, what is that zombie game called? Infectionator, I think it's called, which is a really fun game and something, again, I might bring to my channel at some point. But yeah, you should go check him out. He's really good. FIFA-wise, I am subscribed to KSI. It's kind of fashionable to kind of rag on him at the minute, but probably because he's so big, but I got drawn to him. He was doing FIFA videos and he's an Arsenal fan. What more do you want from me? MGH is another one. He does a lot of FIFA career videos, which you don't get a lot of anymore. I think people should bring that back a bit. Everyone rags on career mode now, and I don't like that because I think career mode is still a really good mode on FIFA. So MGH, again, he's an Arsenal fan, but he's really cool, and he does a lot of Twitch streaming as well. Outside of that, that's pretty much the big ones that I kind of look out for. I sort of pick up YouTubers for a certain series stuff, but Markiplier is him around his Five Nights at Freddy's videos. He was the main YouTuber that I saw do that. I saw Omewrecker when he was doing sort of Town of Salem and Don't Starve. And so the last question goes to Angel or Angel Batista. I'm not sure which way round you say that, so I thought cover all bases, just say them all. Asking me where I work. Question. I shall not mention the name of them. My working history is all in telecoms, so it's a small but growing telecoms company at the moment, based out of where I am, which is Norwich. They're growing quite quickly, actually. It's interesting to be a part of, because I've usually only worked for big corporate people like BT and Vodafone. So yeah, it's interesting to be a part of. So that's where I hope that I have answered all of your questions to your liking and fully. I try to answer everything as fully as I could, and I've probably overrun my usual amount of minutes, but I will put every single answer in, and you can obviously just look and see if you've won the giveaway, or you can stick around and you can listen to every single answer, because there were some really interesting questions in there. So, and I'm really glad I did this, and I'm very happy. To be honest, I thought I'd be sat here on my own going, Nobody asked me any questions. Oh dear, maybe I'll do another video. But no, 10 questions is fantastic. And I got a really good amount of views, a really big amount of likes. And yeah, it's testament to the sort of support that you guys are showing me at the minute. And as I've kind of alluded to before, I really hope, if your plan was just to stick around for the giveaway and then kind of unsub or whatever, then that's absolutely fine. I've opened my channel up to that happening, and that is on me. That's absolutely fine. But I hope by coming in, watching some of my videos, that I've got another couple of subscribers. If I keep all 10, that would obviously be perfect. If I could keep even one, then that would mean an awful lot to me as well, because every individual subscriber is another step closer to something that is just a dream at the minute. This is a hobby, if you want to call it that. I'm taking it extremely seriously because I want it to be a success. But for the minute, it's obviously just a hobby, and there's no kind of, oh, I must do this, I must make it big, I must get X amount of subscribers. No, I'm along for the journey of it a little bit, and I just enjoy making the videos. I've learned so much about making thumbnails and editing videos that I knew nothing of before doing this, and that has been really fun to learn as well. I am the sort of person who loves to just learn new skills, so that is something that I can place firmly under the Penguin hat. So thank you very much for coming along and watching. This has been the Tipler3848. I'm sorry for the length of this video, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you all the same amount of time, the same attention, because I cherish each and every one of my subscribers, and I adore you all equally, and I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and taking an interest in me enough to get this done now. But thank you so much. I can't stop saying thank you, because every time somebody takes an interest in me, it is overwhelming. So thanks very much once more, final time. This is the Tipler3848. I am out of here for now.